Welcome back to Message Crawler Video Manual. In this chapter, we're going to talk about how you can export native files for text messages even though native files don't exist. So why would you do that? There's some requirements or people asking for native files for text messages. However, there is no native format for that. So one option I came up in Message Crawler is to actually generate native files based on metadata fields that exists for those text messages. Think of an email. It has a header, from, it has a name, to, name, subject, and then it has the actual body of the message. So what we're going to do here is going to do exactly the same, only we're going to take text messages and use that metadata field to use those metadata fields to generate a native file, which we can use as extracted text or native file for imaging if you choose to image your text messages. Let's switch to my computer and I'll show you how we can do that. I'm going to go to import and I'm going to load a dat file, and then I'm going to go to export and say generate native files from metadata. And what we can do here is specify what fields we want to include in our, it's called fake native file. We're going to do from, to, body, and we definitely want timestamp, but usually time appears below the names. So we're going to do from, to, timestamp, and body. Yes, that should work. And we can include additional fields here if you'd like, but this should be sufficient for our example here. Next, we're going to choose how we want to name our files. We're going to use our control number because that kind of makes sense. If we want to specify any encoding, UTF-8 usually works fine. And once we write the files to the disk, we want to save a path where they were written to so we could export a new dat file. And this is where we're going to specify the field. You can type anything you want. We're going to put an exported file. Even though this field doesn't exist, it's going to be created for us. And the other thing we can do is if the field message type has value of attachment, we're going to skip it because you can see how there is nothing going on here. So we would have a blank text file, which is not going to be helpful to anyone. So let's go ahead and run our export and see what we get. You will see a field that we created called exported file. And now this field contains path to the native file we generated. So this could be loaded as either a native path or extracted text or something like that. Again, it's up to you what you want to choose, what you choose to use this for. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of creating these native files. I am on the side that you either use a dat file and review it like an Excel-like format, or you generate RSMF and that's your native file. However, a number of clients expressed interest in doing this, and therefore this tool was created. So I hope it is useful to you if you have such requirement. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next chapter of Message Crawler Video Manual.